Superintendent Tony Reddick, a man, as you mentioned, showed up to the school this morning where he allegedly was seen approaching doors and possibly trying to gain entry into the building. Obviously, with the atmosphere that we're living in right now in terms of school shootings, people saw this and were concerned and alerted a school resource officer. When that school resource officer was alerted, a fight allegedly ensued, and that ended with the suspect being shot and killed. And the resource officer involved in the incident apparently suffered some minor injuries. Now, the school at the time, we're told, was in summer session, so there were a limited amount of students on campus. The Etowah County Sheriff's Office confirms that those students are safe. They did not sustain any injuries, and they were bused to Gadsden City School for City High School for reunification with parents as the day goes on. But as we follow this incident, and police begin to investigate and gather all of the evidence right now, it is very unclear exactly as to what this suspect's motive was or why he was on this school campus. Police have not said yet whether or not he actually had a weapon with him. So again, as police try to put together the pieces to what happened here, lots of question as to why this all unfolded, John.
Thank you, new subscribers. God bless. And thanks for watching. If you didn't subscribe, subscribe.
Get inside the school. Was he trying to do harm to the students? Was there something else that was going on? And
support the channel so I can get you more videos every day.
The Gadsden City School Superintendent Tony Reddick said, "We're just so thankful that none of this involved the children. Everyone followed the safety protocols that we've been drilled on." As you mentioned, we don't know if this fellow was armed or did he try to grab a weapon from one of the police officers. Is that why he was shot or why he was trying to get inside the school? But we do know that the horrible tragedy in Uvalde, Charles, unfolded because the gunman was able to get in through a door that the teacher thought was locked but wasn't.
Thank God this one was locked.
Yeah, that's right, John. And the fortunate thing about this situation, as you mentioned, is that this suspect was unable to make it into this building.
Thank God.
As you mentioned, no doors were unlocked at the time. And another fortunate thing with this particular situation is there were a limited number of kids on campus at the time. This was apparently a literacy program going on at the time. Lots of kids, in June are out on summer vacation. So fortunately, this school was not packed with dozens and dozens of kids. As far as we know, just a few dozen kids there for an apparent literacy program. And again, no injuries to those children. They were safe, according to the Etowah County Sheriff's Office, and bused away to a nearby high school for reunification with parents. And they are asking those parents to bring identification so that they can be appropriately reunited with their children. John?
Yeah, Charles, apparently officials had just held lockdown drills in recent days, maybe in response to what happened in Uvalde. So everybody was clearly up to speed on this. I've been to Gadsden a couple of times, political events in 2014 during the Jeff Sessions re-election campaign. It's a lovely little town, but it is in many ways, like Uvalde, Texas, a very small town.
They're all lovely until you scumbags get out.
Yeah, it is a very small town just outside of Birmingham to the north and the east. And, as you mentioned, they did go over some school safety trainings, in light of what happened in Uvalde. And, unfortunately, sadly enough, these are the types of trainings that are needed these days in schools with children and with teachers, so they are prepared for situations like what we saw today. Again, fortunately, there weren't a lot of kids on campus at the time, and those who were there were able to make it out of this incident uninjured and able to make it over to a nearby school where, again, John, they will be reunified with their parents later on.
Thanks for watching. God bless.
Scary times.